The experts of the press told Allie, and he read it every day, and he heard this every day. The talk show media, the printed media, the other fighters, Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano, two of the greats, said this guy would get blown away by Liston. They said Liston would destroy him. This loud, talking, brash, trash talker from Louisville, Kentucky. He would be one of Jerry's kids if he messed with these guys. But he didn't do it. He had a strong belief in himself. And he had that competitive spirit and the will to win. And you know what? He knocked out George Foreman. He knocked out Sonny Liston. Nobody ever thought he could do it. And I've interviewed him many times. There are many pictures of Muhammad Ali and I in this book. This man was the most confident person I ever met. And today, and I was with him about 3 months ago. I'll tell you a story. People feel bad for him because he has Parkinson's syndrome. Don't you dare tell him that. He said, I've lived my life. I've lived all my dreams. I'm happy. He said, I've danced with queens. I've dined with kings. I have traveled the world and met the great leaders. He said, I have all my dreams come true. I wanted to be a Golden Glove champion. He knew when he was 13 years old, he said, I'm going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. He won a gold medal for his country. And he is a legend and an icon today. He can't even talk. He can walk in a room and everybody, the applause is deafening. You got to believe in yourself. When this man heard that I was living in the gym, the second day he's there, there's a bang on the door when I'm cleaning up. It's about 11 o'clock at night. He sends his driver over in a black sedan, picks me up. They're over at the Seaway Hotel. That's where they're staying. And for the next almost a month, I stayed at the Seaway Hotel, room service, everything on the house. That's the kind of guy. And when he left Toronto and went to Philadelphia and back to Deer Lake where he trained, he took me with him. I learned so much from this man. This man, I shared with him that I wanted to be in radio. That's my only dream from the time I was 10 years old. I wanted to be a radio broadcaster. And we began to talk about it. He talked about it all the time. He never even thought about himself or his troubles. He kept telling me, you should do it, man. You should do it. Here's the most famous man on the planet. And you know what he taught me? Man, I never seen so much love for people. The guy was black Muslim. Don't let that kid you. This man didn't have an ounce of hate in his heart. He believed in a religion. They called it black. It was Muslim. This man is a great role model for people of all religions. He didn't care if you were Catholic, Protestant, Presbyterian. He didn't care what you were. If you were black, if you were white, if you were Asian, Aboriginal, he didn't care. He loved people. I know personally. And this man to do that for me, it taught me so much about helping your neighbor and about believing in yourself. He used to study each fight, and he got to the point. He was prepared because he prepared for things. Muhammad Ali, I had to do him first because I love him. He has that one thing you need. You got to have a passion for something that you're going into. Mark Wahlberg. I had the pleasure. This guy, you wouldn't believe his story. There's an award-winning producer, actor, youngest of 9 children. Guy grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. He grew up in poverty. I mean, him and Donnie Wahlberg grew up in poverty. Here's what I like about this man. Well, he started out like I did. That's why him and I got along. He was a felon. He served time in an adult jail the same as I did. He got out and made one decision. I'm not going back. I'm not coming back here no more. And we had many conversations. If you go on, if you Google, you will see 2 or 3 interviews I had with him. He's one of the most giving people you want to meet. Now he was with Marky Mark. What is it? What do they call him? What was it called? He did that too. But he was in a group called Marky Mark and a Wild Bunch, was it something? The Funky Bunch, okay. Funky Bunch. Funky Bunch, all right. I don't remember that. But I know he talked about it. Do you know he was also one of the first original members of the New Kids on the Block? A lot of people didn't know that. He was his brother Donnie. They they were in the same group, but he left the group because he wanted to get the rap thing going. But then one day he said, I want to get into movies. And I know what I got to do. I got to work hard. He gave up a lot. He gave up a career because he wanted to get into movies. Vision. Do you vision where you're going? Most of you do because you've already said that today, right? Social workers and what are the other ones? Community workers. And what are you?
I'm social worker.
Social worker.
Sir.
Excuse me? Well, that's good. You got a personality for that. You got a passion for it?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Nice smile too.
Yeah.
Gotta be. You think so? Are you her publicist or? He had an aspiration to turn into reality. He's a man of his word, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. One day I got stiff. I was supposed to have him on to do an interview. He was on a golf course. Only day off we had his daughter, his 5-year-old daughter with him. He's a great family man, Mark Walker, by the way. And he's very loyal to his wife. You don't hear scandals about him. When he was young, he went through a lot of hell. He went through a lot of conflict. He made a lot of bad choices. He served his time. And you look at it, he's a very giving person. But he was at an interview. He didn't show up, and I had been plugging it all week. At the time, I was at CFRB. This was only a couple months ago. That interview is on tape now. You can find it you can find it on the internet. But I got in touch with his agent. His agent called him. Within 3 minutes, the phone rang in the studio. He put everything aside. I was embarrassed because I don't want to give up time with your family, but he did. And he talked to me for 45 minutes. He's a man of his word. That's why I respect him. He had a goal. He wanted to become an actor. He had a game plan. You got a game plan? Everybody got a game plan? Yeah. You got a game plan? No. Yeah. Got a game plan? Yeah. Everybody's got a game plan. Okay, stick to your game plan. Don't let nothing take you away from the focus of that game plan. So much, I'll just show you these now, and then I want to really run down some things. Oprah! I'll give it up for 10 minutes, man. She asked for my hand in marriage, I said no. No, you know what I respect about her? I don't watch Oprah show that much, I'll tell you. That's girly stuff. I'm not knocking it. I'm fully in support of women getting equality, equal pay, my wife gets more than equal pay from me. I can tell you that. This woman here, you gotta stop and think where she came from. She came from the poverty of Mississippi. We're talking dire poverty, bigotry. Her bedroom was made of dirt floors. They had nothing. But she aspired first to be in radio. At a time when there's no, women didn't aspire to be in radio, and certainly not women of color. The radio world and the media is still run by the old boys network. And for someone, this woman, to have the audacity to go to Chicago and get into radio, that's what she did. That was her goal. What did she do? She stayed on course. She overcame obstacles. In life, that happens. But she didn't give up. She wanted to be in radio. Then she decided she wanted to go to television. She got a little gig in television and started going in Chicago. Then she began to take on the king of talk radio. I mean TV radio then. No, TV, what was his name? Phil Donahue? She knocked him off his throne. This woman from poverty, abuse, racism, sex, those are the things she had to overcome, become the queen of daytime TV. Today she's very compassionate. She's very generous. Say what they want. She drops names better than anybody I know. But she also does so much. She gives back to the world. You must respect her and admire her for that. But if somebody can rise from poverty and rise from sexual abuse and racism, sexism, and accomplish what she can, why can't anyone in this world?